Welcome one and all. McSwain State Toys and More. Give me a second. Here we're looking at two vintage 1960s Structos. These are Structo pickup trucks. This one with the white top, it's red with a white top. This one is the deluxe model number 601 from the set 601 with the deluxe camper, pickup truck, boat, and trailer. Now, this particular vehicle, we're going to be restoring that one second. I want to show you the one we're working on now. This is the Western Auto series of a Structo truck from the 60s. And this particular vehicle, it's important to know, notice the difference in the bumpers on the two vehicles. The one on the left with the white top is actually an older vehicle than this one with the metal. We were able to find that information because this one has none of the little extras. It doesn't have the little side mirrors or the horn hole. It doesn't have a windshield, and we found out that windshields on Structo's trucks came later on this version. So what we're doing a restoration where we're going to be stripping it and repainting. So starting with this one, I went and did some research trying to find a video that showed how to take it apart. And maybe I put in the wrong thing. I typed in the wrong thing and I wasn't able to get the right result. So here, I'm going to give you an example. Here you can see there's rivets in the back, 1, 2, and a third one. I use not this screwdriver, which I don't recommend. I used a very sharp chisel and just simply slid the chisel underneath, well, close to it, tapped it a couple of times with a hammer, and the little bolt popped right out, no problem. And that's what we're at here. We've gone ahead and done all three, popped these little rivets out with the chisel, and now I'm going to show you, you can just pick it right up. The only difference is here in the back, this is important. If when you try to lift yours off you have a problem, it'll more than likely be the back here. I'm going to show you if I can get a better hand on it. Here, you see the seam? The seam is designed more or less to tuck underneath the back here, and what you want to do is just pull outwards gently. As you can see, we haven't pulled it apart, just a little to the corners, and that'll allow it to release and you can lift it off. Here, let's get you a shot of the bottom where the rivets have been removed. Okay, and that's just the truck and of course this little back part of the body. But here I'm going to do something a little different for you if I can get the lighting a little better. What I want to show you is underneath here, you can see on the body these little metal tabs. You see one up in the front there, another here, and another here. And they may be easy to actually lift. As you can see, this one up in the front, it's already lifted, so it's not hard to lift it a little further until it straightens out. And the same thing here, you just want to lift it till it straightens out, and once you do that, that'll allow you to take it apart further. In other words, here in the front you see these two tabs, and this one, they're what connects this, the cab itself, to the frame. So once you straighten those out, you can then do this and lift it right off. Now let me show you those tabs where they've been straightened out. See here, the tabs straightened out that were bent down to hold it together. It can now come apart. Give me a second, I want to move this one out of the way. Okay, and let's try again a little better lighting in here. Okay, Now here, after I've taken it apart, again you can do the same thing. Underneath there's tabs, and those tabs are what hold the top piece here to this piece. And once you straighten those tabs out, that means you can lift this off. And now let me show you. There's the tabs that were just bent, and they allow it to stay together, but when you straighten them you can lift it off. So now we have this part taken apart, and as I already mentioned, I had taken out the bumper. Let me give you a little shot of what that's like here. Here with the bumper, that front bumper has also those little rivets. So using the very same technique, I simply pop those rivets out, and that came off. Now the last interesting part here, this bumper is attached by the plastic lights. So you simply want to pop those out and remove this piece of the bumper. And one more thing, on your plastic, the windshield, as you can see, it has two tabs that allow it to fit down into the little spots here. So all you do is just lift those out since they are already straight, and now you can just take the windshield apart. Simply pull it apart from the roof piece. And now place this to the side, flip this over, and let's take a look at our inventory. You have your windshield, your front bumper, the top part of the cab. As here you can see the little holes for the air horn, and on the side the little holes for your rear view mirrors or side view mirrors. And here, this is your cab. Now the one last thing of course you need to do is to remove your wheels and the hubcaps, and you're all set, ready for the next stage in preparing the vehicle for being cleaned up, paint removed, primed, and ready for repainting. McSwain Estate Toys and more. Right now, for a few weeks maybe, depending on your schedule, you'll have this, but when you're done you can put it back together and have a beautiful one, a lot prettier than this one, but this one's a little old, so she's next. McSwain Estate Toys and, yep, you know, more.